for the Notion Mega Pack. And I just wanted to give a quick introduction in terms of how to use this along with Popsy. So if you've purchased the Mega Notion website kit I just launched, you'll notice that there is a new template available. So if this is the first template you've bought from me, ignore this quick ramble. But for those of you who have already purchased maybe my Notion component kit or my Notion website, this is an update to those two templates which allow you to create essentially a website that looks like this, just based off Notion. So now we've got a navigation bar that sits across the top, just like a regular website. We've got our hero section, a brief about section. You'll notice now we can add CTAs, buttons, to the Notion template. We've got kind of like call out tiles here which stand out a little bit more, again with a call to action, and we can even add particular icons as well. And if you scroll down, you'll notice we've got more CTAs, we've got an embeddable email capture form, and then lastly we have also got the social icons and calls to action at the bottom as well. Other elements of the template which are worth noting are the writing. So this is actually now almost like a kind of mini CMS, just obviously add a new block. I'll show you how to do that shortly in Notion. And then when you click on it, you can actually create a really nice looking blog actually. So you can see a few examples that I put in the template. These are from posts that I've actually written. So you can take a look at those and check out the layout. It's super simple to tweak. And we've got the project section as well. For the time being, these link out actually to my actual personal website. However, you could build this exactly like I have built this in the writing section as well. So as you can see, the website looks, the Notion template looks and feels like a regular website. And you also notice up here I've added a custom domain. So this is actually a subdomain that I added, but you could literally just have it as just a regular domain as well. If we go back to Popsy here, this is the actual website. So Popsy is free forever. There's no credit card required at all to get it set up. I'm not sponsored by Popsy at all. I just found the tool from someone that actually tweeted out to me and mentioned it. I thought I'd have a play with it. All I did is paste in my Notion template link, create a site, and literally took me a couple of hours, and I was blown away by just how easy it was to create something that looks like this. So there's loads of stuff. And something else I should probably point out, the background as well. We can change that, and again I'll show you in an example how to do that. So you can check out the website, it tells you a little bit more about the features of this, but we're just going to dive straight in, give you a quick tutorial of what to do. So when you've downloaded my template, you would then duplicate that. So once you've duplicated it, all you need to do is go up to share. Then you'll have your unique URL link up here. You just simply copy that, jump into your Popsy account, and then you'll create a new site. So all you do is create a new site, give it a title, paste in the Notion link, and click next. Then you can, I guess it doesn't make any difference, you can select anything you want here, click next, and then you're straight into the editor. So you'll notice that your template is popped up, and you can then start configuring it. Now, again, it's definitely worth pointing out that you'll notice up here the template might look a little bit strange, and that's because it's optimized for Popsy. So basically any external pages that are linked, you add them up at the very top, just below the title of the page. When you add them up here, Popsy will register that, and it will actually create the navigation for you. So again, if you want to add or change any of the navigation links based upon my template, simply like add a new page. So just now I've got a about page and now a writing and projects. You could add a contact page, for example. Just paste in that page, and then it should register once you click on the sync with Notion, which I'll show you in a minute. But that's basically why these are sitting up here. So if you want to keep the navigation, don't remove those from the top. You can change the names, and you can add new ones as well. Other things to point out are the CTAs. So they're actually in brackets here. So if you put any text within these two brackets and then you add a hyperlink to them, it will then create a call to action that looks exactly like this. So that's how I have created the CTAs. That's why it looks like that. It might look a little bit strange in the template. Anything that's in a call out block, which has this icon attached to it, so the kind of like stop icon essentially, that will then create these kind of like call out tiles or call out blocks and make them look like this. So again, that's why I've added that particular icon there that registers with Popsy, and it changes the design formatting. Now, if you want to add the little arrow, which you'll find here, all you need to do is actually add the emoji. So again, in the brackets, type in your text, hyperlink it, and make sure you hyperlink as well the icon, and then that will register with Popsy, and it will create a nice looking arrow like that. So that's pretty much it with the template. Oh, the last thing probably to mention down here is the social links at the very bottom. So again, you just do the exact same thing as you did with the CTAs, but you actually type in the name, like LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter. There's a ton more that they offer. So you type them in, and it'll automatically create the social links, and it'll automatically find the icons for you, so you don't have to worry about that. And it'll just create these nice little links down the bottom. And lastly, the email capture form. This is actually from Chili Pepper. So the URL actually is chilipepper.io. Really similar to Popsy. It's so easy to create a form. So you can essentially create a form, you can change the formatting of the coloring, and then you can forward your emails to your email address. So every time someone leaves their email address, it will go to your email. Or you could set up a Zapier and you could put it into a G Sheets or an Airtable if you want to curate all your emails or send them to an external mail client like MailChimp, for example. So it's really easy to add in here as well. That's why it kind of looks slightly different. One other thing to point out is probably the writing, how that looks. Again, you can just add a new page. So I'll add a new one just below, create the title, you can put in the category, and then just put in all your content and click save. And once you've done that, then it will show up in your website. Pretty straightforward, to be honest. There's really not much to talk about there. So let's jump straight into Popsy. So what we've done is we've pasted in our Notion URL link. Now what it's asking here is pick a theme. So you've got different themes you can apply. So this looks like a kind of dark theme, a bit more white, but this has got a nice kind of like background color. I went for the Leonardo, but there is loads of different options here to choose from that make it look really unique and make it kind of stand out and look like an actual real website. So I stuck with this one. Just click save. You can change this again at any point. So you can see all the pages down here that are associated with my Notion template. Every time that you make a change in Notion, all you need to do is go back to Popsy and click sync from Notion, and that'll bring through any changes that you made. So there's a little bit of back and forth jumping between the two, but you can see the changes in live time. You can also look at it in mobile. You can preview the website as well by just clicking that. You can see what it looks like before you click publish. There's a few additional settings to put in here. You can update your site's favicon, which is basically this little icon here that sits in the top of the browser tab. So that's nice. And then, to be honest, the best way to understand more about what Popsy can do is click on the tips. And it gives you these great little tutorial videos about how to, for example, add your social icons. There's loads of different options there. Add your navigation bar, how to make CTAs, all these sort of things that I've just shown you. There's some great little tutorial videos that you can kind of take a look at. So that's pretty much it. Once you've downloaded it, just paste it into Popsy. Popsy's entirely free. I spoke to the founder. He mentioned that the Made with Popsy badge that's there. There will be an option to remove that coming shortly. So if anyone's concerned about the badge, I've had a few people reach out and mention that they might want the badge removed. That is coming shortly, so keep an eye out. And that is basically it. I'm going to keep updating the template. If there's any more changes to what Popsy can do, and also the capabilities of Notion. I'm going to update that, and again, if you purchase this, you're going to get the updates for free. There's no additional charge. Again, any updates that are coming, just keep up to date on my Twitter or on my email list as well, which you're on, so I will mention any changes that are coming. Thank you.